Hello, my name is Anton Novikov. I'm working as financial analyst at Financial Market Consulting, and today I'm going to represent you the investment idea of buying the stocks of international paper company. But first of all, I'd like to start from overviewing the current situation in the financial markets around the globe. Currently, we've got the news about their appointment of the Theresa May as the next Prime Minister of in UK. So this news is quite good because the markets reacted positively, and we are currently may track the growth of the stock markets around the globe, as well as the currency exchange rates of British pounds against US dollar and euro as well. So this is quite good, and all of these factors reflect positively on the stock markets of USA as well as their macroeconomic indicators related to export prices, which are increasing in the USA. As well, we may say that the next news, which is related to their inventories, the increase of the inventories is equal to 0.1%, which is quite good compared to the previous period, where the increase of inventories was equal to 0.4%. Now we see the decrease in increase, such a strange name for this, but this is really good because it means that the companies increasing their sales, they increase their sales of goods which they are selling, thus they increase their income, and in the coming earning reports it would be reflected as positive numbers, which would incentive their investors to invest in companies which sold more goods and thus increased their revenue. So, due to this positive news and macroeconomic positive news related to their US and European economies as well as UK economy, we may consider buying the stocks of their companies representing the US stock market. And one of these companies is International Paper Company. The stocks of their International Paper Company currently being traded at the price of $43 per share. Their prospective growth of the shares of International Paper Company is $50 till $60 per share. So, the positive news related to buying the stocks of International Paper Company is the first one. The company is going to sell Chinese production for $150 million. So it is good in order to support the financial position of the company. But the main reason of selling the production in China is that the company is going to decrease their expenditures, as mainly of all the products which are produced in China were produced by using the raw materials which are imported in China from abroad. So this was the bad thing, and the management of the company decided to sell their production because it didn't bring much income, and it was quite expensive due to their import of the raw materials for production. But they're not leaving the Chinese market. They're going to export the goods from Russia to Chinese market, the final goods which are produced in Russia. And by the way, the company has been operating almost for 100 years, more than 100 years in the market, because they were launched in 1898. So it's this company has been operating for a long time. and this company is quite successful. And now is the time when the company decided to decrease the expenditures, and according to this policy they are going to sell the Chinese production. And this news is very positive because this company takes care about its profits and expenditures, and the profits are really depend on their expenditure, because the more expenditure, the less the income, as well as the result the profit. And the next positive news, which we consider as the support for increase of the prices of the shares of International Paper Company, is that they're going to buy Holman Paper Madrid, the production in Spain. So Holman Paper Madrid, Spain. So they're going by this purchase, the company is going to expand its presence in the European market, as well in the Middle East and Africa. So it's the good idea to buy the Holman Paper Madrid, because the euro is decreasing in value against the US dollar. So they would decrease the expenditures of production, and thus they would increase their income. So it goes along with the policy which the management of the company has chosen to decrease the expenditures, thus increase their income. So the next news, positive news, which is related to the International Paper Company, that's why we advise you to consider buying the stocks of International Paper Company. That company is going to invest almost $300 million in replacement of their equipment in their production, which is placed in the Northern America. So by doing this, they change the equipment, exchanging the old one for the new one. Thus, they would decrease the expenditures, because the new equipment would be more productive and working at more capacity than the older one. So increasing expenditures, you know what? They would increase the income and the profits. And when the profits of the company would increase, the net income would increase, the investors would consider that the company is successful, and the more price for buying their shares of International Paper Company, and it would stimulate the investors to invest in successful company as International Paper Company. And by now, their shares of the International Paper Company at their pre-market is being traded at the price of almost $44 per share. So it is now increasing in value, and you may buy probably now at $43 per share. And the prospective growth of the shares of International Paper Company is about $7 to $17 per share, till $50 or $60 per share. So all of these news are really good. The company is decreasing its expenditures and thus increasing its income. It's really good news for the company, for their decision made by the management of the company, and for investors who decided to invest in that particular company. So their time horizon, which you may consider to hold the shares of International Paper Company, is from 3 to 6 months. And as I said, their income you may get, the return you may get from investment in International Paper Company is $7 till $17 per share. Due to the prospective growth of their shares of the international company. So that's all for now. Thank you for your time, and goodbye.